I have to make one more video about this friend situation because what happens usually when I tell people something, they're like, oh, thank you for telling me that's your preference, or thank you for telling me what you like, or I completely understand. Like they're easygoing if I say, oh, I don't like this, or I would prefer this. But there are a number of women I've been in friendships with who have a very hard time with me just saying, I would prefer this, or I don't like this. And it's something that I'm not used to at all. Um, I was married 25 years, okay? I've had to learn how to handle people's preferences, respect differences. Plus, I'm a mom, grandma, and I like it when people give me a boundary or a preference. What I don't like is being criticized, blamed, or people who can't handle me giving a preference. And I'm just used to being around people who are very kind and respectful. Even in all my appointments with men, they like to know what I like. So when I come across these women who are so difficult, I just don't want to be part of it. And there's so many women that have very low relationship qualities. When I give someone a preference, I want them to say, thank you for telling me. You know, if I say I didn't like this or I like that, thank you for telling me, no big deal. What I'm not okay with is belittling, name calling, contempt, criticizing, put downs, gaslighting, arguing. I don't like any of that, but that's what a lot of these women do. Or when I give a boundary, they'll say, we can't be friends anymore. I haven't really made videos about all the issues that women have because I've talked so much about men, but women have a lot of issues too. And I recently ended a friendship with someone who was a little bit difficult, but she really stooped really low and devalued me several times this year because she doesn't know how to handle me giving a boundary or stating a preference. And I'm just not okay with that. I'm just not okay with that. I think, too, as people get older, we are less willing to put up with bullshit. But I, when I think about all the women I've been friends with since I got divorced, none of them have been married women or moms. And none of them have had experience being married. And that's an important thing I'm going to look for in future friends. There's nothing wrong if you've never been married, especially if you're young. But if you're in your 40s or 50s and you've never been married, it's just going to mean that you haven't had the opportunity to work on certain things that you have to work on when you're married to someone. A stable marriage, I'm talking about, relational skills, just learning to let things go, being okay with people getting, upset or not liking something, learning to understand that people have differences and preferences. There's just a lot of expansion of the heart and communication skills, learning to compromise. Um, some of the friends I let go of were super fun. This last one wasn't fun, really. Um, I don't do well with people who are super rigid. Like today I was at Pilates, and some of the ladies at Pilates just have this very sweet mom energy. I really like that. I'm like, I'm going to make friends with that lady. I'm just used to women who are like easygoing because I'm easygoing. And a lot of women don't. They have issues. They get their feelings hurt easily. They don't know how to compromise. They don't know how to say, thank you for telling me how you feel, Sharzad. It's so good to know. That's what I get from everyone else. That's what I give to other people. I think that while I say what for men, I look for men who are, would they be a good dad or a good boyfriend? With women, I'm going to look for, is she a good mom? Is she a good wife? Would she be a good friend? Does she have the life experience of having been in a relationship? Some of these women I made friends with have never been in a relationship. There's a reason for that. They're not good at them. And they haven't had the chance to develop getting good at them. And they also don't know what you say you cannot take back. That's one thing I learned being married. You have to be careful what you say because you can never take it back. I treat my friends very differently from the people, that I don't know who just leave nasty comments on YouTube. I treat them with high regard, and I work harder to work things out. But usually I don't have to work things out. But yeah, so some women get their feelings really easily hurt if they have abandonment issues. Um, but again, just thinking back at all the friends I had, whether they were a lot of fun or a little bit of fun, they all had issues, childhood issues, trauma issues. And I'm just going to start going by the energy. When I was at the opera this summer, there was a woman there coming up, that was standing behind me, and she was like a teacher, like a college teacher, and she had just this really good, sweet energy. And I was going to get her name and her number, but by the time I thought of it, she had already walked off. So I'm going to start looking for women like that seem soft. That's what I like. Soft and that are competent. And that have, like I said, having been married at least 10 or 15 years, at least, and being a mother. I'm not going to make any more friends with dog people because they don't get it. I don't think I have enough in common with dog people. I want to make friends with people I have something in common with, and people who have relationship experience. And there are women in their 40s and 50s who've never been married or have only been married a year or so. And they're just hard to get along with, not because they're bad people, they're good people. But they've never had to develop the skill set. And I didn't realize how much value I gained in all those years of being married. Not just in caring for other people and knowing how to plan things as a group. I can go from single mode, just living on my own, into group mode in a second. Oh, now we're in a group. Now we have to plan things together. What does everyone want to eat? Being considerate of the group, not triangulating, respecting everyone's preferences and their needs, compromise, letting things go. This last friend I broke up with, she wasn't willing to let something go. I gave her a boundary or a preference, and she just started blaming me for my preference. And I was getting more and more mad. She kept blaming me. And then after that, I told her I didn't like that, and she got mad at me. And I finally thought, it's not worth it. I was thinking of how I would handle it when I was married, and sometimes we would just let things go. I was thinking, I'm just going to let this go. She's like, no, I didn't like how you handled this. And I handled it quite well. So I told her, I know that you don't like how I handled it. That's okay. I'm okay with you not liking it. I felt very calm and sure of myself. But no, that wasn't good enough for her. She had to devalue me and blame me and lay into me. And I ended the friendship. She ended it a long time ago because there were more issues with her that I didn't realize at the time that they bothered me, because I never looked forward to talking to her. When she called, I kept thinking, what does she want? Because she was always very rigid, and she would get a little bit upset if I didn't call her back on time. And I should have just ended it a long time ago. So I learned a lot of things. I need to be with people who are easygoing. No one in my family gives me a hard time about this. Like, we're just more easygoing. I need it to be easy. I don't want people so rigid because their life is so stressed. If I'm 2 minutes late, they could have been done something else. So that 2 minutes was a waste. I just don't want to be around that. But I kept thinking, I should have a friend. Everyone needs friends. I don't need the aggravation or the stress. Since I ended this friendship 2 weeks ago, I am so much happier. I'm so much happier. Because I honored myself, so I feel much more connected to myself. And on reflecting yesterday, I realized what I need to look for in friends. Some of them just are more immature still because they're in their 30s. I've always picked friends since my divorce who are younger than I am. But that's not a good idea. I need to pick women close to my age who are married currently or were married at least 10 years and have children. So have something in common with them, so that they've proven that they're heart-centered, that they know how to communicate, that they're stable, and that they're easygoing. That doesn't guarantee that they're easygoing, but now I know why men say that women are so difficult. So a lot of these women are very difficult. But the women I know who are of the type that I said seem much easier to get along with, and that's what I need to start selecting for. I've made a lot more videos going into detail in the membership area, so that's just what I want to leave on here for now. And I'm just going to call this, I'm done with difficult, unhealed women. Some of them are just inexperienced, some of them are unhealed, some of them are just difficult, and there are a lot of them out there, a lot of riffraff. And I would say that these women that I'm no longer friends with, they're not bad people, but they were not a good fit for me. So that's what I want to say, and thank you for watching my video.